looks like it went on a set of keys or something. It's an 1890. It's not completely clean, but I'm able to get the date right there. So that's awesome. Markers or anything like that, but we'll clean it up later. It looks in decent shape. It's all still together. Underneath there. I'm gonna try to get it out and clean it up. It's super thin. Hey everybody, Moco Metal Detecting. We are back at the Forren house. It's been a while. It's been at least 4 weeks since I've been out and able to detect. Everything has now been mowed. And so we're gonna take advantage of that and hopefully try to get at least this section this evening, or as much of that section as I can over the next couple of days. It just works out that I've got a little bit extra time in the evenings, and of course there's Labor Day, and so we're gonna try to get out here all day. My partner's not with me today. She has gotten a sinus infection, so you all keep her in your thoughts. Send good vibes her way. Hopefully by the time this video is up, she'll be over it. And this may be a 2 or 3 part, just getting the field and trying to see what we can get in. But anyway, hopefully all goes well, and I'll catch you on the first hole. But it says it's about 1 inch deep. It was a 14, so we're gonna see what we got in here. Is that it? Nope. What do we have? Well, about the right size for a nickel if it was on the outside of it. The famed, I'm assuming that's a pop tab. Looks like one. And it says 49H. So, not a big first find, but a find nonetheless. Anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. All right, the machine's being a little bit chattery, but this is my second hole. I've stepped about 3 feet to the left of where I was at, and it's pulling a 20 and 23. Is that it? Maybe? It's a piece of iron. Something in here with it, maybe. Oh, what we got? It's copper for sure. It's a Lincoln. It's a memorial cent. I don't have a date on it yet. I'll try to pick some of that off and let you see a date. Give me 1 second. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Probably not. But it's a 1971. It almost focused. Just almost. There it is, 1971. So, first coin of the day. We'll see if we can't pull any more out of here. And also see if this camera can't focus. Catch you soon. Third find is a chattery Xterra. I think I've got the... Oh, it's probably got my phone on there. That's probably what it is. Third find is a iron... It looks like it was connected to something. If you look right here, it's got a little raised edge, so I'm not quite sure what it is, but we're about 6 feet in. I'm doing rows. Hadn't really got anything down in that area, but this is the first thing that spiked up. It came up as a 12, and then it went down into an 8. So I knew it was going to be iron something, but you never know until you dig it. So anyway, we'll see you on the next one. All right, guys, not quite sure what it is, but I know what that chatter is. Every time I record with this phone, it starts chattering, so it's got to be the EMI coming off of it. But anyway, it's reading a consistent 20, 29, 30, and it goes down to 26, so it's those 3 numbers. So I figured I may as well do a live dig. Hopefully we don't get a curse in the live dig, but we're going to see what we got in here. On this side. What we got? It's a Washington quarter. Doesn't seem like it's going to be silver. I know numismatics, myself being one of them, I know better than to do this, but I'm out of practice and I forgot to bring my water with me. But it's not silver, so hopefully There's no value to it. I'm gonna take a second and wipe it off and I'll be right back. I'm gonna check and make sure, but it looks to me like it says 1967 or 1968 maybe. Maybe even 1966. I'm having a lot of trouble with it. I can't get it quite clean enough, but I'll get it clean whenever we get home and check for sure. So if that's the case, we're getting close to the silver range, and I found a silver quarter on the far end of the house from where I'm standing now. So, and then of course the 2 silver dimes, and I found some Indian heads along the side here. So who knows what we might get into today. I was finally able to get the chattering to stop on the Xterra. Once I put this on airplane mode, it's a little bit better anyway. Now it's just picking up the EMI from the pinpointer. But anyway, got this hole. It was a very choppy 19 and 20. And so I knew, at least with those numbers, it was worth trying to get into. And sure as the world, I pulled out a wheat cent. You can barely see the leaves on it, but it's there. In fact, I think it may even be upside down. Is it? Yeah, it's right side up. You can only see the leaves at the bottom, or the wheat. It's a 1946, looks like. Could be wrong. I'll be able to give better numbers once I get inside. But anyway, third coin of the day. So, and first wheat. So I'm moving back here. I wanted to hit this again just to make sure, and I dug that choppy signal. I shouldn't have ignored it the first time. So I'm glad I came back. I'm going to redo this whole section and then get back into the field towards the middle. But we'll catch you on the next one. Starting to look a little bit eerie out here. Fog coming in. Just got done digging a false positive, so that was fun. We're going to keep on going. It's been a little while since I found one of these. Got ourselves a button. I don't think it has anything. I think it's just a regular old flat button. But I'll have to check for sure whenever we get home. But nice find. Went out to the hay bale, came out another 6 feet, came back over here, and then I checked on this side again just to make sure of this line. And this came up as an 18, I think. So anyway, probably gonna have to call it quits here soon. I'm gonna go as long as there is daylight. So hopefully I've got at least another 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. So we'll see you on the next hole if there is one. I'm trying to dig the nickel signals as well. So this is the second one of these I've pulled today. I know that on the, I think I said Xterra earlier. I meant Equinox if I did. But anyway, second pull tab I found today. I've been trying to aim, and I know that pull tabs and nickels usually come in around the same signal. So it's just one of those aggravating things. I know people out there can already relate. I'm not complaining, just kind of those who haven't metal detected, be aware. They usually come in around the same signal, so it is kind of aggravating, differentiating. You really just have to dig to find out. But anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. I'm just trying to figure out what I found. I know what it's the imprint of, but I don't know what the material is other than maybe lead. And I know this is the imprint of the back of a barber quarter, but it's only the back. The front's not imprinted, and there's nothing in there. I'm gonna check it again, but it's a very malleable material. Sorry for all that. It's very malleable. Like I can bend the ends of it. The outside of it's very hard. Now that I got it to focus again, or at least I'm working on trying to get it to focus again, I'm gonna get back in this hole and we're gonna see if we can find whatever's going on here.
Day 2.
All right, second day out, and I've started back where I ended. I'm about 20-some feet off of this tree over here, and I'm heading towards that one, going in lines back and forth. And pop this plug, and I can already see something right here, so we're gonna see if we can identify it. It's a Lincoln. For sure it's a Lincoln, but I don't know. It's on the back. I thought I saw 50. I think it's a wheat. I'm not positive of it, but I think that's positive of it, but I think it's a wheat. I think it's 1956, so it should be a wheatie. Awesome. First coin of the day is a wheat, so we're in good year territory. Hopefully maybe we can find some silver out here. If not, it's still just a nice day for a hunt. All right, so this one was coming up as an 11 or 12, and I'm not sure what it is, but I can see the edge right here. So we're gonna hope for something good if I can get it broken off. I don't wanna have to use anything but my hand, but I can see the rim of a coin, I think. What do we got here? Is that a button? What is that? Oh my gosh. That's a V-nickel. That's gotta be a V-nickel. Yeah. Look right there. You can barely see it, or at least I can. It's probably not even zoomed in well on. Yeah, I can't even get the light on it. Yeah, see that V? Oh my gosh, guys, that's my first V-nickel ever. Give me a second, I'm gonna try to clean it up. I can barely see it, but I think the date says 1890 something. But I'll have to clean that up later on in the wrap-up video. But today is an awesome day already. Even if that's all I get, that's still wonderful. Not a super big find. I found them in that yard before, over on the opposite side of the house. But I got down in here. I don't know if you can even see that where the sun's casting shadow on it, but it looks like I found another dog tag or a rabies tag. This one's in a little bit hard to read shape, but it's from 1950 something. 1956 looks like. So, cool little find out here in the middle of the field. I'm about halfway from the home to the road now, going back and forth, and then I'm gonna grit it the opposite way if I've got some time this evening. So, so if I don't drop this again, I'll catch you on the next one. A little bit farther along, in front of where that bigger tree is. We're on that line now. Got a 15-16 that came up. Went ahead and dug it. It's fairly quiet out here, which is nice. Whenever something happens, it really pops. But anyway, got a little lead piece. So we're gonna keep on moving. All right, almost to the road now. Not too many yards away. Probably about 20 yards tops, 20 yards away. Mason jar lid. Out in the middle of the field, or ball jar rather. Yeah, ball. I always get my hopes up when I see these things. It didn't come up in one piece, as is obvious. But I get my hopes up because you always hear these tales of, yeah, they didn't trust the banks back then, and they buried their money. And I know it happens, but it didn't happen today. All right, this one's coming up as a 22 and a 23. I'm assuming it's a penny. We're gonna find out. We'll find it together. It is a wheat cent, so it'll focus. Maybe it'll give up a year. You can see his shoulder and his face, kinda, or at least the outline of it. 1940. 1940 wheat cents. We had a 1956, I think, earlier, and 1940 now. So I was just that far away. If you see that little place where the grass is picked up just slightly, that's where I just found the mason jar lid, and now I'm here. So we're gonna keep on moving. We're on the edge of the field now, and we've got ourselves what looks like the dipper from a spoon. Not sure what kind of material. If I were to assume, it's probably pewter, but it was down in there. No handle to it. It looks like it had busted off or broke off, and I guess they just chucked it. So, pretty big boy. Maybe you could stamp it, do something with it, make it decorative and all and everything. Anyway, catch you on the next one.
Day 3.
All right, day 3, and I am in the lower field. I've gotten 2 swipes down. I found a can earlier. Give me a second. No. pull it out here. It was nice and bent up. I can't see exactly what it is, but I'm sure I can figure it out later on. It's an older one. And then I got up towards the top and I had something that was going back and forth between 15, 16, and I thought maybe, but I wasn't sure. But I'm pretty sure this is a fired bullet. So that makes 2 of these I've found, well, technically 3 pieces of lead in this field in the past couple of days. So we're gonna, if I can put it in the right pocket, we're gonna keep on moving. I've got about 2.5 hours today to be able to do this. So we're gonna try to get as much around the house part of the field and up into this area. This is gonna be my cutoff point. I'd like to be up to here within those 2 hours. Any further I get's just an added blessing. But day 3 of Labor Day weekend. I'm not exactly sure what it was. It was interesting. It came up as a 7, an 8, and then once I got out of the plug, it was in the negatives, but I'm pretty sure it's lead. Not gonna try to lose the integrity of it, but it is malleable. I can bend it either way. So not exactly sure what the use is, but I'm pretty positive there's lead of some kind. So not too bad. We're coming back to the house on a path. We're just kind of going back and forth in the field as much as I can before the sun sets. So we'll catch you on the next. A little bit difficult to find in the hole, about 5.5 inches deep. We've got ourselves another fired lead bullet, I believe. So it's 4, I think, that we're on to. So not too bad, getting right up close to the house. We're a little bit closer to the house, and lo and behold, the fan favorite, the pull tab. It's crazy, you get all these different signals out there that are 14, 15, and things like that, and they're a bullet, and then you get up here and you get this. So just never know until you dig it up. So kind of an addendum. This is a bonus hunt. It's getting a little bit late. Moon's looking real pretty and all, sunset even prettier. But they used to own this land that was part of a church, and he gave me permission. He now has the deed to it, I guess, but it's where the church sits on. I got up here, and no joke, the first signal I pull is a piece of jewelry. I don't know worth or anything like that, but it's the first piece of jewelry like this, if it'll focus. It's like a brooch. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not, but we're gonna try. It's pretty, it's like a brooch, and it's got something shiny in the middle of it. I don't think it's a diamond necessarily, but man, it'd be cool. Can't see any markings, whether or not it's silver, but you know I'm gonna check that out whenever we get home. So, we'll see how long I can go out here. But what a cool little find right off the bat. Thank you to the brother of the landowner. All right, after 3 days, here's the wrap up. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what a lot of these things are. I have no idea what this is, but I can only assume there was probably some kind of a face plate that went in there, and then that's the outside area for it. Ball jar with complimentary broken milk glass in it. Iron triangle, not sure what that went to. These look like, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but they look like spring rods. There's a circular iron piece as well as a hex nut. I don't know what this round thing is. I'd be lying if I said I did. At first I thought maybe it was some kind of a weird button. Or maybe it's like the top of a shaker, maybe. There's definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes there. So potentially the top of a shaker, not positive. I was able to get it cleaned off just enough to be able to read if I don't drop it everywhere. There we go, original Pabst. So I'm assuming the rest of that is blue ribbon. Part of what I think is a pie tin, another part of that same one. Armor, pretty sure that's treat. And some other can-like things, probably people eating out on the farm field. Top of a jar. Another hex nut. Whole bunch of iron. This I think is copper though. I'm pretty sure that's copper. And this I think is like, was at least some type of a hinge or a clip. A bunch of nails, some square nails. This one I thought was super interesting because it's got a bigger head on it. So not positive of the history on that. I'll have to look it up. So many pull tabs. I dug a whole bunch of signals hoping for nickels. And I did find one. We're going to get to that here in a minute. This is a 5-ounce, I'm assuming lead bar, but I've been looking, and apparently industrial solder, which would have been like 50% lead, 50% tin, came in bars like this. It's all wrought up. When I first got it, I just thought it was like a metal piece, but as I was pulling it out, I noticed that it bent real easy. I can keep on bending it. I don't want to lose the integrity of it or bust it in half, but it's incredibly malleable. So that was one of the interesting finds, as well as this one. If any of you have any clue as to what this particular piece of lead or what have you is and why it's shaped the way it is, please leave a comment down below, because I've tried searching this as well. So many different things and nothing's coming up. For clarification, there are 3 lead bullets here. There were 4, but the owner's brother came by and wanted to take a look at some things, and I gave him one of the bullets I found, so that way he could see it. This oddity right here that has the stamp of the reverse of the barber quarter, which I still think is probably one of my favorite finds, and I need to put it in one of these as well. This is the Liberty nickel that I found, first one ever. I learned a valuable lesson. Do not put nickels, old nickels especially, in water. That thing is toasted. I was able to tell where the date was and all that stuff. It is in 1893. But for all those of you who haven't yet had that experience, don't make the same mistake I did. As I said, button. I found this brooch. Obviously, it was the last find, the bonus hunt. I think, give me a second, Napier. I think it's a Walmart brand brooch. I think this is something of a clip, not necessarily a buckle, but it's one of those things a belt would have run through. 1940 wheat, 1956 wheat penny, 1977, or pardon me, no, 1966 quarter and a 1971, I think it's a 1971 penny. The spoon, and then 3 dog tags, all for rabies. In 1956, I think, 1950, right on the dot, 1950, and then 1953. So 3 different dates right there. And then this, which I have no idea what it's from, but I just thought it was really cool that it cleaned up so well, puncture and pry up. So anyway, there you have it. All in all, it was a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I was so stoked to be able to just get out again. I've had cabin fever, been kind of watching videos and living vicariously through other hunters. Had some awesome things happen. Really enjoyed the Liberty Head nickel. Did not enjoy toasting it with the water ordeal, but you live and you learn. Still a great find nonetheless. And that barber quarter lead piece, whatever it is, was kind of an odd one too. I don't know when I'm going to be back again. I hope to be back soon. It just kind of depends on how things go with school and with this whole week's kind of a different one. We've got a lot of professional development and then school for the last 2 days. There is no game this weekend for us, and we're not traveling into competitions, so that means there's potential to metal detect this weekend. So there may be another video coming up next week, albeit probably shorter, but another video nonetheless. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and be sure to click or tap the circular channel icon to subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to see another video, just click or tap the link on the right side of the screen. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, so head over to either for updates between videos. As always, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.